It's very odd. So I had to break out all the old stuff.
No one else wanted to join us, or did you not invite him?
I invited, but I don't.
Too busy. I see.
Well, Dave was the only one that kind of said, "Where could you find it?" And I was like, "I found it at Total Wine."
Mm.
Then no one. I didn't. Anyway. All right. Welcome to the Couch Co-op. I don't even know what episode this is. We haven't done this in a very long time. Actually, a proper episode of the Couch Co-op. And hey, Nick's back.
Yay!
See, I told you guys he wouldn't be gone for long. Anyway, we brought back
I'll still
this.
be around.
We brought back this podcast so we can keep him in the loop. I thought, like, I mean, I can drink a beer whenever, and so it's like as long as he's free, I could drink a beer, as long as it's not too hard to find. Sometimes Nick likes to find like incredibly hard beers, but
Or I find them when they're seasonals that are
out of
at the end of their run.
right. But you recommended. What did you recommend this week?
The Full Sail Wreck the Halls, just in time for the holiday.
And I searched the Total Wine app, and they said they had none in stock, or it was not available anywhere. So I said, no, Nick, I cannot participate in that beer. And then I went to Total Wine to get some beer. Lo and behold, and in the seasonal like singles area, they had like 3 or 4 of them. So I was like, oh, I can do it. So I grabbed it and sent you a photo and said, well, let's do it. So
Yeah, and I realized after I suggested it, yes, with it being this close to December, that's usually when they start. They, it's whatever's
right.
available with these winter seasonals are already out in the stores, and the springtime stuff is usually hitting the distributors if they're not already making their way to the stores. So I realized my timing wasn't great.
It's only available through December, so like if it's, I
Mm-hmm.
imagine they're not getting any new shipments of it in December.
Right.
So if you can find it, you can find it. If not, you're kind of out of luck. But I found one, and
Wait till next year.
I've never had this beer before.
Oh,
And I find it kind of cool that the can is kind of the way it's printed is very textury.
yeah, it's got like a little it's like slightly embossed.
Yeah, I found that kind of weird, but cool.
Yes, but this is actually one of their more standard like not regular winter seasonals, because that would be wassail, which I can't remember if they make anymore or not. But I mean, this is kind of more of a specialty beer seasonal, if you will.
Yeah, I was reading. I can read this online thing if I want.
Oh,
Let's open this first, though.
okay.
Let's get to the drinking part.
Mm.
Okay. All right. Oh, wow. Okay.
Forgot how to open beer. There we go.
And it's been a whole week.
Mm-hmm.
Is this your first beer of the weekend?
Actually, it is not.
Oh, you got home and just like fucking cracked a couple open.
Well, I had one that I was just kind of using to, I guess, cleanse the palate. I mean, I know you're supposed to use water or some shit like that, but um, I it's probably somewhat outdated. But I bought a 6-pack of this, and yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers to
Well,
this
yours is
beer.
so much darker than mine.
I think it's just light.
Oh, it's very nice. I got to be honest with you. Drinking it, I am at like peak, so I'm doing that Advent calendar, and it's just Hell's Lagers and these like dark lager stouts or whatever, just like a combination. And I've just been drinking those and then pub beer. So like actually an IPA is quite nice.
Yeah, and you always seem to have high praise for Full Sail.
I do have a full. Generally, I mean, I'm a big fan of their amber, so.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
Not as strong as I thought it would be. Because I was thinking it'd kind of be more of a winter, like you were saying, kind of a wintry IPA. So I was thinking a little bit more richer, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Just I don't know. I mean,
Well, they do
full
talk about
sail
it
and
here on the. It's time to wreck the hulls. Celebrate the season with Full Sail's traditional holiday favorite, Wreck the Hulls Double IPA. This four-time gold medal winning ale is back and better than ever. It's part of Full Sail's Strong Current Double IPA series. It's like a hybrid of an American-style double IPA and a winter warmer, whatever a winter warmer is.
well, that'd be
Isn't that kind of
like
like a winter ale-ish type of?
yeah, basically that's what winter seasonals generally are. Just
Uh,
those
yeah, it's
malt attacks.
comforting notes from pale, caramel, and crystal malts, copious quantities of Centennial and Cascade hops. Uh, Hoppy Holiday Ale. Hoppy
Mm.
Holidays, Nick.
Happy holidays.
It's a little hoppy.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. It's funny too sometimes, like these. I mean, it's not like incredibly hoppy. Like you drink like regular IPAs, it'll be way hoppier than this.
Mm-hmm.
It's very nice and smooth. You wouldn't know it's 8.5. It's
Mm.
dangerous.
Not until later.
Not until. I do like the. Yeah, I've been a big fan of Full Sail and like the kind of rebranding they've been doing. But like my Safeway, they only carry the amber, so that's the only beer they have of theirs.
It's weird because it seemed for a little bit after that rebranding that they were coming out with all sorts of stuff and actually getting a decent push behind it too.
Right?
And
Maybe it's just
I mean, not a buoy level push, but
yeah. How does that happen? Who's Bowie's
um,
distributor?
I'm elitist.
Oh, Lee just seems to like kind of run it up here, especially in
I
Safeway
guess.
because you got the Rubens Brew shit. You got because they also do like Fort George, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Freem.
I don't know who does Freem now. I thought that was Point Blank.
Maybe you're right. Do they do Boneyard
Which
or no?
Point Blank does Boneyard.
Oh. It's I'd only say only.
Actually, I should take that back because you being up in Vancouver, um, you might be different for you.
That's what I'm saying because like there's a group of beers that are in like there's certain breweries that are in one area of this of the fridge, and then there's other like Bowie, Fort George, Brick, Boneyard. They're all kind of grouped in a different section, and I was just curious if like maybe the distributors do it. I don't know, make it easy on
Mm,
them in a certain way, because like all the Ecliptic, Zoigle, uh, I don't know, just other shit that I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know.
I don't know.
Mm,
I wish I knew. I wish I could answer your question, but
it's all
I
right.
don't know how they come up with these sets.
My Safeway has the shittiest beer selection. It's just like so tired. I'm just like always so tired of it.
Mm, it doesn't experiment.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like the little not the what used to be a thriftway in my town because they'll at least experiment with stuff. They've got like a cooler that like they write stuff on it and they're able to like wipe it away
Right.
and like one of those little crayons or whatever. But I mean they're always like stocking it with like different stuff and it's always like specialty sought after stuff.
So is it not around anymore?
No, it's still
Oh, it's still
the
there.
yeah. It so when I say what used to be a thriftway, it's not technically a thriftway anymore because I think they just kind of broke away from that association. But
Right.
if I just say Cutsforth, I don't know if
I have no
anybody
idea.
would know what I'm talking. Yeah, I don't think anybody knows what I'm talking about. But it's just nice that an independent chain can sit here and experiment with stuff like that. They can have their own like actual set of like the run of the mill stuff, but if you look around, you'll find like all sorts of stuff that they sit here and get their hands on.
So, how often have you had this beer,
Um,
or how many times?
I've had it a few times. Like I think I wanted to. I think I tried it like way back in the day. Um, back before this relaunching, relabeling deal.
Not really a
But
standout beer though.
I mean, it's all right. I mean, I like it enough to buy it every now and again
Mm.
when it's there. I mean, it's by no means a favorite of mine. It's not a winter beer that I just anticipate.
It doesn't
Um,
really seem like it is very wintry. Like it, you could
no, I
almost,
mean,
you know what I mean.
it
You could like
is.
you could package it and say it's a double IPA of some other kind, and the whole winter thing I
Yeah,
don't think is, it's kind of missed
I
on me. I
mean,
think.
it's. I can kind of see it after you reading that, but I don't know if that's more me tasting it or more you just kind of, or maybe that's just more like me wanting it to be there, and so
Yeah, I don't know if it's
no,
really there.
I'm not saying it's there as much as they're trying to imply it is, but
Right. Right.
I mean,
I do think it's a good beer. I don't think it's a bad beer. I just don't know.
I
I
mean,
just think the winteriness is missed on me. I'm not exactly pulling that from it.
I guess maybe what I'm saying is, like there seems to be a hint of like one thing that I've always like lately that I haven't really cared about winter warmers is a lot of them just taste the same, and it's just this bittery, malty, probably even more like roasty malts that I don't know. Whatever makes a winter warmer,
Right.
that it's like they don't really seem to really differentiate themselves from one another.
I don't
And
even
even
I don't even understand what the idea of a winter. I know what a winter ale is, but what is a winter? What is that supposed to be? Bitter, like high alcohol, bitter, just like kind of shock
well, I
your
think the
system. Is that what the idea
well,
is?
I think the high alcohol is supposed to make you feel warm.
Warm. Is that what the idea? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. That was my impression upon. I've never actually looked this up. This is just an assumption of mine.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I've always heard that, but I've never like really if that's just some kind of like generic term for winter ales or
Mm,
something. I don't know.
I think they're just trying to be cutesy.
So something I remembered. So I had dinner with. So Brandon and I went over to John's Wednesday night and had dinner with him and his fiance.
Mm,
We stopped off at Total Wine, and I bought a 6 pack. And I remember you. I think I don't know if you ever had the brewery, but you had mentioned it in our when you were at the Canby Beer Fest, and we were doing that long video we did.
hmm.
Breckenridge Brewing.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. I think I did.
I be just noticing in the cold area there was a Breckenridge Brewing winter ale that
Okay.
I grabbed, and it's like 7.1. But we had it. I never had it. I've never had it before, so I grabbed it. I said, "Fuck it." You know, Nick kind of was. I don't know if you were being positive or just like shouting them out, but I grabbed it anyway just because of like the memory of it. And
All right.
so we took it for dinner, and John and I both really liked it. It's like a 7.1.
Okay.
I guess I'm in my head that kind of was like, oh, I could see this being like that kind of winter ale, winter warmer, a little high in alcohol content, kind of gets you buzzed pretty quick, and but it was really fucking good. At least John and I thought it was. So
Okay.
if you've seen it or had it, you should try and find it. But
I just might. It's just I don't really see a lot of Breckenridge
yeah, I've never seen it either. I just like, oh shit, Breckenridge. It's
just
like,
in general.
yeah, I can
Um.
go grab you one. I can go back and grab you a 6 pack if you want. I mean, I'd be happy, or like
Okay.
split it with you or something, because I do one on
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
show or something. Yeah, I can go. It was a really good beer. I really enjoyed it. So, but that was like kind of like Oh, I get that. If that's what they mean by alcohol and it kind of warms your ears, like you kind of get that buzz. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, nah, then this is totally that kind of beer. And this is
Yeah,
just kind of an IPA to me, really.
yeah,
It's not bad though.
not bad, but it misses the mark for the season.
I think so.
Yeah,
You could recan this and
fair.
you wouldn't be like, whatever. I feel like that's a lot of IPAs that are just trying to find a,
Yeah,
a way to market them.
just or find their space or place.
Because people love them. So if you just
Mm,
keep switching them out and every new one that comes out, and they, oh, here's this one again. Or make them limited. I don't know. That's kind of a, because there's so many of them, I guess like these breweries have to like kind of like create this like, oh, this one's limited. It's only for a limited time. You better buy it.
mm.
I don't know. It's kind of a weird. I feel like that's how
I mean
the industry's
that's
going.
fine. That's fine when you can buy them and save them and they actually age. But
This is not.
I don't know.
You don't really age this one though, right?
No,
No.
no. But I mean, I guess that too. I guess trying to just create a little bit of a demand.
Who
But
distributes Full Sail?
um,
Because aren't they in like an independent co-op or something? Some kind of weird.
I don't know if they're a co-op, but
They're owned by
it's
some. Anyway,
it might be. I think they went because they were employee owned for a while. But then I think they like sold out. But yeah, I know who distributes them.
which is
Yeah, it's a company I know.
the company you used to work for.
No, that I currently work
Oh,
for
the one you
now.
currently work for.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is a, what do you call that? This is
Yeah.
a conflict of interest
Yeah,
episode.
maybe. I mean,
Sponsored by.
I guess. I mean, I bought this before I
No,
even thought about work,
we would have to make
but
money for that to be a conflict, Nick.
I know. I know, but I mean, had this been my first go around with this company, it'd be even worse because I drove a truck with a full sail
Oh, really?
trailer on it.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, that's all right. There's nothing wrong with
but
that. I like Full Sail.
no.
They're not Sarah.
Yeah, I
They're
mean,
better than Sierra Nevada. Zing.
yeah,
Anyway,
fair.
fair.
Yeah, Maverick agrees.
Matt, he always agrees. Dude, I can't do. I don't know if you've been watching the Advent calendar beers, but man, he just cannot handle me in the room drinking a beer. It's pretty
I
crazy.
haven't. I wanted to watch them all at once.
Oh my god, you gonna binge?
Hmm.
That's gonna be an experience.
Just because I see the images of you sitting in like a chair, almost like a fireside chat of sorts, except I'm assuming you don't talk.
No, very rarely. Well, I'll say things that aren't pertaining to the beer, obviously.
Yeah, talking to Maverick.
But he's like in every episode,
Mhm.
and because he's been trained by my other episodes, he gets really excited and just starts preemptively, like
Yes.
barking and
Hmm.
getting excited. It's pretty funny. But so you'll really enjoy it.
Hmm.
If you enjoy the Maverick whining, you'll love it.
I just want to make sure he's doing okay.
No, he's spoiled, Nick. What he's my child.
I understand, but I mean, it's a thing. Every time I go around him, and
He's just being punished,
he's
abused.
always. No, it's more just like it's like every time I see him, I always have to earn his trust again.
Oh, that's how it is. Everybody. He doesn't trust anybody except Bryn and I.
Well, I mean, he eventually comes around,
Oh
and
yeah.
then,
It's funny, like I don't
but
like, does his smeller work? Do you not remember people? Like he's just so different in that regard. Like he's just like Jared's the only one at this point because he's Jared comes over the most. and Jared will do the high voice, Maverick, and he'll talk him down really quick. No one else is really willing to do that, so it just takes way longer.
Mm.
It's funny.
Sorry, I didn't think to treat him like a kid. I was always treating him like an adult
It's not about treating him like a kid. It's about talking to
or
him in that
talking to him
excited
like.
frequency, that frequency level
Mm,
where he understands that higher
mm,
frequency is being, the lower
uh,
frequency is intimidating evil.
Maverick,
Yeah. Yeah, when you
I've
walk
come for your soul.
pretty much. But Jared's always very like, "Hey."
Maverick, let's play.
And he's
And
like,
then give me
"Nah.
your soul
Nope.
later, and
No, that's it." It's pretty funny.
I'll sacrifice you later. But for now, let's play with this football.
He's the best puppers.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best. I don't know if you do this for your dogs, but we get them stocking. We give him a stocking, and then uh, he has wrapped presents that we dump out on the couch, and then he just tears through them, opens them up. It's the greatest thing.
So, this is kind of funny you mentioned the wrap presents because we normally wrap presents for like other people and we'll just stick them under our tree as kind of like storage. Um, but this year, I mean, we didn't do that, but we did, find this like thing at Costco with like a bunch of toys, and we just ended up wrapping that and putting it under the tree. And for whatever reason, she seemed to know that that was her.
Oh,
Like, Brandy put the present down under the tree,
just
and I
has
think I came
has
down.
dog scent on it.
I guess so because I came down like 5 minutes later. Maybe not 5 minutes, but I mean it was a short time later. And I didn't even go into the room where the tree was, but I saw her like underneath the tree, and I didn't put two and two together right away. But and then I noticed she kind of like walked away, and then I looked over at the present. And I saw this big tear in the middle,
Oh,
and showed Brandy, and she kind of got a kick out of it. But it was just
that's funny.
somehow like any other time we put presents under there, she just
Right.
didn't pay any attention to. But we wrap her toys, and she somehow knew, and
Right.
so we kind of felt obligated that we had to give her a toy out of the
Oh,
thing. And
because that's what you do with kids when they unwrap their presents. You just give it to them.
yeah,
Actually,
uh,
yeah, actually, that's what I would do. And then when Christmas came around, they were like, "Where's my present? We already unwrapped it." Now you learned. That's a teachable moment.
yep. At least he
Hmm?
doesn't seem to have an offensive aftertaste, though.
No, it's just yeah. The
Just,
aftertaste is just gone. It's like you drink it,
mm-hmm.
a little hop, and it's like it doesn't linger at all. 100%.
I'm out of here.
It's a pretty
Maybe that's a good
chill.
thing,
It's a pretty chill, drinkable
because,
IPA. I mean, especially for a double IPA.
mm-hmm. But yeah, because compared to like, I mean, even though it's trying to be I guess a hybrid winter warmer, okay, maybe I taste a little bit of a something that could be very reminiscent of a winter warmer, kind of on the
I mean, my ears are
back of my
warming up,
tongue.
Nick. They're warming up. I can
It's
feel
because
the
I'm
warmth.
thinking of you.
Oh, is that what it is? It's not the.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Sorry. What was I thinking?
And you should be thinking of my Yule log.
But I'm bummed. Oh, disconnect. No.
Mm. Oh,
Aw.
um, but yeah, I mean, it's like I said. I mean, it's got that hint or whatever of almost being a winter warmer. But I mean, that's probably my other complaint about winter warmers is that they just kind of linger a little too long, and
Well,
it's not a good linger.
this is why you got to try the Breckenridge one. But I would.
What? So what is this? That Breckenridge?
It's
Just,
just
I
it's just
mean,
Breckenridge. If you Google
no,
it,
no, no. I mean, like I don't want to
It's a
Google. I want
winter
you to tell
ale.
me.
I don't know. It's just like a really. It's darker. It's not. It's a little roasty, but it's not like a
Is
dark.
it,
It's not like a dark beer because it was
is
just
it
really.
is it more of a like maybe more like spices, kind of like a?
No, 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 no,
Oh no.
no, no,
Oh,
no, no
okay.
spices. No spices. It's just a really well made beer. I can't even tell you
Okay.
like. I was like I was concerned that it'd be like I don't
See, I'm
know.
intrigued because
I and it's 7.1, so it's a pretty gnarly just not gnarly, but it's not like it's a double. You know what? I'd have to drink it again.
okay.
Because I don't. I'm not. I like to fancy myself a beerman, but I don't think I really am. I've drank so many beers in my life and then recorded, but sometimes I'm not sure if I really am. But it was just a really good beer. I like balance wise, it just had a really good flavor. Uh, little little roasty, little malty, like the roasty and maltiness, like the sweet maltiness and the roasted malt, like the way those were had handled wasn't crazy hoppy, and then you had no idea that there was so much alcohol in it. So
Hmm.
it was just really well balanced. And then it's I don't know really what then I don't really know what a winter ale is supposed to be. So, um, like if someone were to hand me that beer and I were to drink it, I would be like I don't know what this is. Ultimately, like you hand me a lager or pilsner IPA, a stout. I think this beer you would hand it to me and I was like, well that's great, but I don't really know what that is because I wouldn't ultimately go, oh that's a winter ale. But it just had a nice body. I just wanted to keep drinking it, but I bought a 6 pack, so like I couldn't. And John was like only was fucking nursing it. Well, he drank 2, I drank 3. I wanted his other one, but I wasn't gonna. I left it for him. Just be a nice guy.
What a guy.
What a guy.
Especially since he had you over to his place.
Well, I invited myself over, Nick, as his father. I
Mm.
I was drunk, and I said, "When are you gonna have me over? Let the ladies meet." And then 2 days later, he's like, "Oh, you guys should come over on this day." It's like, and I go, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "Hey, well, we don't have to come over. I don't want to impose. We could just go out or something."
Mm.
And then he's like, "No, no, no. We want to have you over." And so we did the whole thing, but it was great. It was great. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. But it's
That's
great
kind
that
of
he
sounded.
it's great that he lives close to Total Wine because it's like you just like stop off at Total Wine, pick up some wine and some beer, and then he's right there. It's
Totally,
perfect. It's
totally
perfect.
wine.
Perfect. Well, Bryn
Mhm.
doesn't drink beer, so she needed a wine with dinner.
Mm. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Anyway, but we're not here for that. We're not here for wine. We're here for this beer. We're gonna wrap this
Yeah,
up.
yeah, we've.
We're gonna wreck the halls. I mean, if you drank enough of these, I could see yourself wrecking the halls.
Mm-hmm.
I would totally drink these again. I'm not sure if I would buy
Mm.
this again. I'm kind of there's like I said earlier, the winterness is I feel like kind of lost on me. And there's other double IPAs from a brewery that I'm really fond of that I would probably drink more so than that one. So I don't know. This is a new chapter in the couch co-op episodes. Do we start doing the should we start allowing for the
Well, what did
should
you
we allow
and
for it?
Dave? What did you and Dave do for the I think you've done one or two with him recently,
Yeah, but
right?
those were no. We did one episode. That was like a special episode. It's kind of like the special episode we did with the you and I did with the Amber,
Oh,
the fat
okay.
tire. But this is a we're gonna reinstate this podcast, and we'll do it when you can get away. So I feel like we can make new rules now. So do we want to reinstate do we want to do new rules, or do we want to keep the hardcore?
Uh, the Chubs.
Yeah, you want to do chubs up, middle, or down, or do you want to do quarter chubs
I don't know. I feel like the quarter Chubs are your thing.
on my show?
Yes.
So that we should only do hardcore up, middle, down on this show.
I mean, basically, it works better when you have more people, obviously, but
Well, yeah, but like this is gonna be a well, it might just be us. You never know for a
mm,
while.
yeah.
But like
Um,
That's how Siskel and Ebert worked. Except they had thumbs. We have
mhm,
chubs.
yeah,
Well, what is your chub?
that's gonna be right here.
That is also going to be my chub. So we're going to give it a full chub, basically.
Hmm.
This is getting a
Yeah,
full chub out of 2, which is pretty good. It's not
yeah.
bad. It's like one
I
of us
mean,
loved it and one of us hated it, basically. But it's a
well, we
pretty,
both.
I, it's a mediocre beer ultimately.
Yeah,
I think that's where we're kind of settling on.
not a home run. I
Not a home
mean, I
run.
never thought it was a home run. I mean, and it certainly isn't a ground out to first. But
But if you handed it to me, I would
mm,
totally fucking drink it because it's a good beer. And that's the
mm,
problem with IPAs because you're in a field right now that is so crowded that
mm.
you need to really knock it out of the park, right?
Uh, it's it's like a field that's created its own subgenres that have kind of. It's almost like a pyramid scheme. It seems like with different IPAs. It's like an IPA pyramid scheme.
100%. Except
It's I don't. I mean,
except
I don't know how many different.
we don't really
Or
lose
maybe
money
maybe
and we don't really gain any money. Like we buy it, we get, it's like a pyramid scheme. You're
maybe pyramid scheme's not a good analogy. How about denominations like Christianity?
well, it's holidays, I guess Christmas, full
Mm,
sale. You know what,
yeah.
Nick?
Well.
You can choose
Yeah,
whatever denomination.
yes.
Uh, but anyway, 2 half chubs, so it gets a full chub. Another idea I thought is instead of like you having to come up with the video game that it best pairs with, everyone comes up with a video game they think it pairs with, or they vote on the game that they think is best. Like we say games that we think it would be paired with, and then I don't know.
Mm. Oh, like everybody has their own video game that they choose.
We just choose a game, and then
And then
we can
what,
decide. We
like
can
we
decide
vote
which
on
one.
it or
We don't have to really vote on it, but we could just be like, "Oh, that's a pretty good choice, actually." Probably the game. That's what
hmm,
I'm. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just more. That's the couch co-op angle.
more couch co-involvement,
Couch
couch co-op involvement.
co-involvement. Couch
Yes,
co.
co-involvement. I
Anyway,
don't know.
do you have a game? I mean, you picked the next 2 beers. So this beer and the next beer.
Hmm.
So
I didn't really think to pick a
of
game
course you
for it.
didn't. That's why I
I
picked one
was
for you.
oh
No,
good.
no. I mean, I picked one for me, and then I'm just saying that it's the
Okay.
winner. Is what I'm saying. Uh,
Hmm.
well, wreck the halls. Seems like you're just wrecking shit, and I'm gonna go with well, actually I could. Well, it doesn't really. I'm just gonna pick this. I think I don't know if it's ever been picked before. Dave probably picked it, but I'm gonna pick it right now. The terrorist game, uh, Red Faction Guerilla, because you literally wreck halls. You like put bombs and
Hmm.
you destroy apartment buildings. You put bombs on cars and drive them into buildings. I mean, you're literally wrecking hulls. So, like, I feel like that is the theme of this beer. And,
Isn't isn't that kind of like a red faction hallmark? Is that you can
yeah,
basically
destroy.
wreck the environment?
Well,
You can.
Well, in the original
Or did they get away from that?
in the first two original games, you could blow through the walls and stuff and kind of wreck stuff. But in Red Faction
Oh,
Guerilla, they turned it into a third-person game, and then it's basically you became a terrorist and you can just destroy any like building. So, because it's an open world game, so they would have missions where you'd have to go take out a building or something. So, like, however fast you could destroy the building, you get the most points. So, like, a lot of time you would strap a bunch of bombs on your car, drive it into a building, jump out of the car, and then you can just blow it up and blow up the building. And then it's literally a terrorist game, but
mm.
um but you're wrecking halls. You're wrecking those fucking halls. And it's probably happening during Christmas. So I think it's fitting. I
All
think it's
right.
fitting. I think it's the most fitting. So
I'll go with it.
there you go, wreck the halls and
Red
Red
Faction
Faction Guerilla.
Gorilla.
And it's fun. I'm glad we're bringing this back. It sucks that you had to leave the main show for a little while. We don't know how
Yeah.
long. But I'm more than happy to do this show with you because we were always the two drunks. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And the other guys were kind of not drunks as much. And maybe you know what?
Maybe Jared.
You might get someone pop in. But Nick's got to stop picking such fucking hardcore beers to find.
Yeah, no. That's what I like. I like to make it special.
Indeed. So, but that's it. That's our first episode back. That's kind of fun, right? Pretty
Back
long.
at it.
You should tease what beer did you pick for the next episode? Mm.
How do I describe this?
It's notorious. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Notorious.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Reminds me of my first Gmail account name.
How's the Biggie song?
Well, it's actually, isn't it a sample from a Duran Duran song?
I would know. I'm not a big Biggie fan. I don't know that shit.
Mm,
Is it?
I
Come on, hip
believe it
hop
is.
guy.
Well, I mean, I think you'd have to be an 80s guy to,
Oh.
well, I mean, I dabble, but I
Well,
do believe it is a sample from, I think Duran Duran.
we don't need to really dive down that hole. We just need to tell you that there's a cool beer coming. Has boners in it. What we should say is Happy Holidays. Merry Christmas.
Yes. Merry Holidays, Happy Christmas.
Um, and it's been fun.
Happy Gamesmiths.
Gamesmith.
Mm-hmm.
Got my tree. It needs more. I don't know. It's not super cool. It's not as cool as Nick's tree. My tree is big, but it's not as cool.
And I have a little star.
Yeah, I have nothing. I have like lights and some garland. It's got
I'm
like
sad.
Sonic and
I don't.
Ninja Turtle. It's got like, man, he spent he spent his fortune on that tree.
Yeah, I probably spent more than I should have,
I
but
spent absolutely nothing on this tree.
mm. I don't know who
You
wins.
pay for what you get.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Listen, I like having the backgrounds. The backgrounds are kind of fun,
that's cool.
especially when they change.
Yeah, you put me up to the. That's why I put the hat on because I knew that the hat would compete with the tree. My tree wasn't going to compete with your tree, but
Mm.
my hat was going
No,
to compete.
you got the Christmas hat bonus.
Yeah, there you go. All right, that's Nick. I'm Ian. This is the Couch Co-op. We're back, and we will see you next time.
When we see you,
Or we'll drink you next time. We'll drink you under the fucking table.
drink me in.
Drink me in.